What's up, everybody? My name's Chance, and today we're going to be taking a look at a Bant Mutate deck, or a Bant Mutate deck, depending on your accent or however you want to say it, right? Anyways, and this is going to be a popper version of it, so it's going to be super cheap. All commons and only commons in the deck, actually. And this is actually the same popper deck that we played on this most recent FNM, right? The most recent FNM event was a popper one. And had a lot of luck and had a lot of fun with this deck, so I figured I would share it with everybody and show you all sort of how we did with it and how we played it out. So before we go and hop into this deck tech or deck breakdown, as usual, I'd like to remind you all, if you enjoy the video, please be sure to leave a like on the video and a comment if you have any suggestions on this video, future videos, or past videos. Subscribe if you're new here, check out Twitch, and check out our Discord. And generally, you can find all this stuff down in the description or, you know, whatever. Y'all know the drill by now. If you don't and you're new here, welcome. Anyways, on into what we're actually doing today, right? So Popper Mutate, I really fell in love with the idea of this when I found out that Essence Symbiote is a common, right? Because it just seems very strong for just being a common. Whenever a creature you control mutates, put a +1/+1 counter on that creature, and you gain 2 life. Now, the gaining 2 life is really the key there, because popper games have the tendency to favor aggro decks, let's say, because people find these aggro decks that are just sort of efficient, right? And they just sort of pound you in the face with it again and again and again. Unless there's sufficient removal, which I feel like our common removal right now in Magic is okay, but it generally requires you to sacrifice something, so it's not very tempo-y, right? So anyways, the nice thing about this is it allows you to offset all those aggro decks that are going to be running at you like mono red, because mono red in popper and in general cases, right, in general cheap deck building cases, mono red just it strikes so hard so fast. So now, a few other key notes to this deck. Mothra's Great Cocoon, didn't realize it was a common, but really cool. And if you do start getting those mutates off on it, right, it can get very large, and then you have a very large creature, which of course can get removed. But if it doesn't, oh boy, if it doesn't. Healer's Hawk is a fantastic 1-mana card as well. It has flying and it has lifelink, so whenever you go to mutate something like, I don't know, a Migratory Greathorn, and it has 3/4 stats on it, right, then you get a 3/4 flying lifelinker, which is just really strong, as well as putting a basic land onto the battlefield. So it's, you know, what kind of like, why would you never do this? Why would you not, right? Anyways, we also have Vulpikeet, which isn't nearly as strong as a mutate, given it has, you know, flying already, but it does still come down with 3/4, and it does still come down with, you know, lifelink on the Healer's Hawk. Now, of course, you can still mutate these creatures onto the symbiote or onto your Raise the Alarm tokens, which is why we have Raise the Alarm, so you can have 2 creatures for 2 mana that you can mutate onto, so it's, you know, just cost efficiency, very good. Now, I have Ram Through, and I want to talk about this, because we actually don't have, Trample on any of our stuff, but I have Ram Through in here instead of Rabid Bite, because I believe, in general, and I wanted to make sure to make a key note of this to myself, right? In general, you should always take Ram Through. I don't care if you're playing this deck or a different deck or whatever, but Ram Through is better than Rabid Bite. It just is. So there you go. It does the same thing. It allows you to gain the effects of your creature as if it had fought the other creature, so the lifelink effects or whatever, and it's instant speed, and if you do happen to have a creature with trample, then it also does the extra damage. I don't see why anyone would ever play Rabid Bite over Ram Through, and so I'm here to tell you all of that. And the only reason I say that is because I've seen several people play Rabid Bite, and I'm like, Ram Through is just better, you know, it's just a better card all around, in my opinion. 4 copies of Growth Spiral. It's crazy. I didn't know Growth Spiral was common, but it is. Definitely one of those cards that you should be having. People that are playing budget, this is aimed at you. Thwart the Enemy. This is actually a really nice card that I think has potential in the higher up rankings, actually, for ranked, you know. Namely because it's so unexpected, right? 3 mana instant speed, prevent all damage that would be dealt this turn by creatures your opponents control. So it's really, really good at just sort of catching your opponent off guard. There's so many games where your opponent's going to be like, you know what? Lethal. You're going to be like, you know what? No. But the crackback off of yours will be lethal, and, you know. So you can sort of push some fights that you normally wouldn't want to push, if that makes any sense. Vulpikeet we've already talked about, but interesting little note. Whenever Vulpikeet mutates onto the Mothra, right, it's going to be getting 2 +1/+1 counters every time it mutates. So off the bat, it's going to go up to 4/5, which is not bad for 3 mana, right? A 4/5 flying creature. Again, Migratory Greathorn we've already talked about. Dreamtail Heron, and I say it properly now because I know that later on I may not. I just have a tendency to enjoy saying some words, and Heron Heron is one of those words. All right, any word I can have fun with, I'm going to enjoy saying in a different manner. Anyways, off of that side note, whenever this creature mutates, draw a card. So I mean, again, these commons, like, they're good enough to place at uncommon realistically, because you mutate this down. It's a 3/4 with flying, so even if you're not putting on a healer sock, even if you put it on a raise the alarm soldier creature token, right, you're giving it 3/4 stat line and flying for 4 mana and drawing a card. It's just crazy. It's absolutely crazy to me, the amount of value. Now I have Wingfold Pteron, not Pteron, I know, but Pteron in the deck. I kind of wanted to test it out, right? So it enters the battlefield with your choice of flying or a hexproof counter, and the hexproof counter is what I was really interested in because we played this in a Pauper event and I was playing Mutate. I wanted to mutate, obviously, creatures onto this thing, and it would have hexproof and it would be invincible and all that shenanigans. So that is going to do it for the deck. We do, of course, have 2 copies of Pacifism because you can't just run 0 removal. If you do, you're going to be kicking yourself in the ass come that one game where you're like, man, there's one creature, and if I could take that creature out, if I could just pick them up and set them to the side, I could have had it. Well, Pacifism is going to, you know, sort of do that for us this game. And then if you're interested in the lands, we have the Thornwood Falls, the Blossoming Sands, you know, the stuff that gain this life, and then our basic lands. I do have 2 copies of Evolving Wilds to try and draw out, you know, whatever we may need, whenever we may need it, that kind of thing. Anyways, that's going to do it for our deck core deck breakdown. A little bit of a long one, but hopefully y'all still enjoyed nonetheless. And now, of course, we're going to go and hop right into our matches. Merfolk Cricket. Wow, that sounds like one of the world's best pets, I'm not going to lie. Sure, I'll keep it. Sure. Why not? 2 Essence Symbiotes off the bat. Doesn't sound too bad to me. I was going to say my tracker's not working, but I don't think I have it open. Alright. Hello. Hi. How are you? Good sir or madam. It is open. Fire Prophecy. Well, that's not very nice. I'm just sitting here trying to play my game, and you're gonna come up and fire prophecy me in the face. That's fine. I got 2 for a reason. I actually have 4 for a reason, but ooh, opponent's playing the exciting cycling deck. All right, so do we mutate for there, or do we mutate for here? I think we mutate for here. And of course you put it over. So this will gain us 2 counters on this creature, so it'll go up to 4/5. Looking good, Fox. Looking good. Now, of course, they're going to cycle, but one beautiful thing about it being Pauper is we don't have to worry about Zenith Flare, so. Fantastic. Another Stinger. Okay, cool. That's alright, I don't even... Okay, 3 Stingers. We got 3 Stingers all day. Now, we can either keep mutating onto our creature, which is, it's good. It's not bad, for sure. But what I'd rather do is get down and raise the alarm and mutate Migratory Greathorn onto it if I can. Or I can mutate Migratory Greathorn, gain a land next turn. No, I can't do that actually. Let's say thinking, because we are thinking. I think we are just passing actually. We're going to keep our Vulpikeet up, so we don't have to worry about the Dranith Stingers swinging in. And then of course we have Raise the Alarm as well, in case they do remove some. Alright, fantastic. So we'll go down and Raise the Alarm. Maybe. We might get down and Raise the Alarm. We do! Haha! Fantastic. And a Growth Spiral. Well, Growth Spiral is interesting, but I think first and foremost we want the Migratory Greathorn, or do we want to go ahead and hit the Dreamtail Heron? Over. Alrighty, so we'll gain some more life, put a counter on this other flying creature, another Raise the Alarm. That's fantastic. Now if we swing in this turn, we're dealing 8, which means we just have one more turn of that and we win, right? So I say we go for it. Alright, opponent's cycling. They're going to try and deal as much possible. Well, hush up, phone. They're going to try and deal as much possible damage as they can within, 2 turns. Seems to be working so far. They are dealing a lot. After all, 3 times 5 is 15, so if they can do that twice, we will be in trouble. We may be in trouble. That's what happens when you don't respect cycling. You get disrespected. Alright, so if they swing in, that's 4. They only have to cycle 1 card. It's not bad. Just with the Dranith Stingers. Of course, they hit all 3 Dranith Stingers like immediately, so the chances of that happening, not super high. Not super high. There you go. You figured it out. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, and a swing in. Alright, they're going to do it with style. I'm going to allow them to finish it. It's not bad. Top deck 3 Stingers. You win the game. I don't know if I would play a cycling deck though. That's a lucky turnout there. Anigato. For some reason it's not loading my deck over here. Sure, this one seems a little weird, but I kinda like it. Kinda like it. Kinda sorta, just a little bit like it. I'm actually gonna go for the Thornwood Falls. So we can go for the island, Growth Spiral, Plains, Healer's Hawk. Sort of ramp a little bit, Ooh, Healer's Hawk for our foe. Okay, I see you. I see you. I think it's actually better to go to the forests here. I made the wrong move. I was like, yep, that's the Growth Spiral. That's okay. Because Thwart the Enemy, I feel like, is a really good common card. Ooh, our opponent's going for the enchantments. For the good old enchantments. Alright, I do think we want to pacify this turn. I definitely want a Growth Spiral. So we'll probably Growth Spiral into a Pacifism. What I'm thinking. Get that Healer's Hawk out of here. And get him for the 2 sweet free damage. Beautiful. Beautiful. Gotta say, Bruce Almighty actually helped me with the spelling of that word for many, many years. Okay. Alrighty. Alrighty, Mr. Opponent. I see what you're doing here. And, I have something I would like to show you. Yes, yes. Now we have a defender in the skies. We're going to get a little bit of land down here. We're also going to gain a little bit of health. We have plenty of green. We have a decent amount of blue. So we'll get another source of white. And we can swing in. Because, yeah, they just have a Transcendent. Little Transcendent Envoy. Plus, Essence Symbiote isn't flying. So he will never, it will never be able to defend, basically. Pacifism on a Migratory Greathorn, that's not a bad idea because it had 4 attack and it had lifelink, you know? It was the bee's knees. Alright. Drawing out more land, that's fine. We still have our Essence Symbiote in play. And Thwart the Enemy we'll probably save for later. Oop. Scooping stuff around on my desk. Alright, all the lands, heard. That's fine. Suppose we could cut down some, given our deck curve is actually pretty low, and we have a Migratory Greathorn. You know, probably don't need near as many. So again, just saving Thwart the Enemy. Yeah, even something like this would be a good situation for Thwart the Enemy. They swing in with the Healer's Hawk, we use Thwart, we defend with our Healer's Hawk, we kill their Healer's Hawk. It's a dandy day all around. Or they just swing in with the Transcendent Envoy, and we're at least, you know, taking the damage from... Ooh, Daybreak Chimera. Alright, more lands. This is happening. This is how we're doing it. It's okay. I have no qualms. No qualms whatsoever. Alright, I think I'm taking it. Another Essence Symbiote. Well, that will be very, very excellent if we ever get the chance to swing in. Not using Thwart the Enemy until I absolutely 10,000% have to. Or I can block their healer awkward and kill it. Because that just makes good sense. Alright, so free healer stop. They play another one. Makes sense. Ram through. Ooh. Thanks for the life gain, Migratory Greathorn. I couldn't have done it without you. I don't think we throw these Essence Symbiotes just at the wall. Not yet. Not yet. Actually, maybe. If we can take out their creatures, they have nothing to put their enchantments on, and that's kind of their strong point right now. Squad captain. Okay. Alright, I see you. That card has vigilance too. That's gonna be really annoying. Oh boy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Well, this is happening. Onigato. That's not good for us. Ladies and gentlemen, that is not good for us. Well, looks like we're taking 10 damage. I'm not blocking. Our Essence Symbiotes are pretty much the only thing that's going to get us back in this game. Am I right? Alright, so Migratory Greathorn onto the Healer's Hawk. That'll gain us 4 life here. Put 2 counters on it. Yeah, wow, look at that. We pretty much don't have any lands left in our deck. What a fucking surprise. Alright, so we're not swinging in then. We're holding. We hope they don't have a Pacifism, but we're holding. Daybreak Chimera, okay. Okay. No Pacifism. Oh, fantastic. Which means they're not swinging in. Now, do I want to swing in? I have a 5/6 in the sky. They have a 3/3, a 4/3, and a 1/2. No. I want to wait. Essence Symbiote will be able to gain us life back up so long as they don't Pacifism us sooner than that. Alright. Raise the alarm. I mean, at this point, it doesn't really matter. I don't think. I don't know for sure, but we'll play it. Alright, so the scary thing is they have 8 damage in the skies, which means if I don't ever swing with Migratory Greathorn, we're going to be in a bit of a sticky situation. But oh, no, we can't kill Daybreak plus the healers. So we'd have to choose. Alright, no attacks. If Migratory Greathorn isn't going to be able to take out 2 creatures, it's not worth it. Our opponent's holding 2 lands in hand, I'm assuming, right? God. 1, 2, 7, 11, 12. 12 lands already taken out. So we have over half, or we have half of our lands, sorry. I mean, that seems about fair. We did flood just slightly, right? We have half of our lands, 5 cards before half of our deck. So, that's really good. Really, really good. So here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna swing in with you. Let's see if they double block. They don't. Alright. We're gonna end our turn. Alright, cool. They didn't even really capitalize that much on it. Thought they were going to swing in with Squad Captain and Daybreak Chimera, and I was going to really regret it. Nope. Alright, so are we raising one of these things up, or are we raising this up? I think we're raising another flyer. Over. Over and over and over. Alright, so it'll gain 4 counters on it, right? Yeah, so now we have a 6/7 in the skies. So I can swing through them and still have a defender. And we're at 24 health. Onigato, you almost had me. I'm not saying we have it. You know, don't get me wrong, 1 Pacifism and we're kind of screwed. But for the time being, things are going alright. We've already drawn half of our land, so I'm feeling pretty confident about not drawing the other half. They're gonna Luminous Bonds our Migratory Greathorn. Swing in with the Parhelion, swing in with the Transcendent. That makes sense. Man, all of these like Luminous and Pacifisms and whatnot, they're gonna get a very, very annoying. Another Essence. All of the counters, all of the life. Alright. How much damage can they deal to me? 2, 3, 5, 7, 9. They can deal 9 damage to me. If I swing in, I deal 6. They're down to 5. Alright, let's do it. It's risky, but you know, sometimes you gotta do it. Just do it. Onigato coming back for the crackback. This one, the other Transcendent Envoy, maybe? Maybe Heliod's Pilgrim? I don't know. They're actually sending in Heliod's Pilgrim. A little astonished by that. It's only 4 damage, so we let it ride. They're at 5 health. They're playing a bit cautiously. Dreamtail Heron. Dreamtail Heron. Alright, so again, we throw this on another creature because I think it's better to have, you know, defenders in the sky rather than whatever. So we'll draw a card. Pacifism, fantastic. We'll gain tons of life. That thing will go up to a 7/8. And Onigato has seen enough, so we're going to be picking up our first victory with Bant Mutate. I didn't think I'd see it ever, but you know, you toss somebody into Pauper, you're likely to get anything. So Thief of Sanity. I actually really enjoy that card. Zen Bliss going to be our next foe. This is a very slow hand. Very, very slow hand. And the opponent gets to go first. I think we mulligan this. Are y'all ready to get flooded, ladies and gentlemen? I'm ready to get flooded. Alright, so how do we do this? We go here, Healer's Hawk, here, Essence Symbiote, here, Migratory Greathorn? Or do we go here, Healer's Hawk, here, Migratory Greathorn? Oh, we have 2 Essence Symbiotes. Alright, so we're going here for sure. I think I do want to get the Essence Symbiotes down before the Migratory Greathorn. It's a risk. But it's a risk I'm willing to take. Come on, Healer's Hawk. You just stay there on the board looking beautiful. Ooh. Opponent got the spicy Mutate deck as well. Alright, well, you're making me rethink what I want to do now. Opponent, I'm not going to lie. I do want to get down an Essence Symbiote. But at the same time, if I get down the Migratory Greathorn, we're at 4 mana. Come next turn, I can play both the Essence Symbiotes. And I have something that defends against the Dreamtail Heron. If I get down the Migratory Greathorn next turn, after I've got 1 Essence Symbiote down, that's not really... Okay, so I'd have to play an Essence Symbiote this turn and next turn, which would allow me to not mutate either turn, which would put me super behind, I think. So, let's put the Migratory Greathorn on the Healer's Hawk over. And let's get a land. We have plenty of plains, we have plenty of islands. Let's get a forest down. And we're not gonna swing in. We are gonna swing in. If it's a race, we win because we have the life gain. And if they mutate something else onto their Dreamtail, or they just murder my creature, then I just sort of lose my creature. Yo. Alright, 2 Essence Symbiotes coming right up. And then I think we Vulpikeet first. I want the, well, I don't know, because Dreamtail, you know, it draws us cards, and that's very useful. Alright, so is their Dreamtail Heron gonna be swinging in at us, or no? That is the true question. They still have 4 mana. Is Blood Curdle, is that an instant? It is. Yuck. That is a yuck. Yuck, yuck, yuck. Okay, so we can get down you, Healer's Hawk. Fine little creature. Cool as can be. We're gonna get this done on you. I don't like making my Essence Symbiotes the target. They're going to be with the Vulpikeet next turn. One of them will be at least. But for the time being, this shall be fine. Ha ha ha. Also, we have a 5/6 Dreamtail Heron that can now heal us. I know I'm not saying it right. I'm sorry. It's like Heron. I think it's Heron. People get so mad at me when I mispronounce stuff. I know. It's kind of annoying. Rather, I should say I get where you're coming from. I don't think it's annoying. That's a better way to put it. To me, I'm just a man sitting in a room all by himself trying to keep himself entertained, right? Reaper of Night, you son of a bitch. You think... Ooh. Yo, I think I just... Of course I do. What am I talking about? I don't know why I slapped it over that. That wasn't the right move, but whatever. I don't even care. We're swinging in with the 7/8. Taking him down to 8 health. By swinging with these two as well, we're taking him down to 6 health. Because obviously they use the Dreamtail to kill one of our Essence Symbiotes, yeah. So they're down to 6, and we're all the way up to 35. I'm feeling decent. They're not going to swing it with their Dreamtail. They actually can't afford it. They might get down the Reaper of Night, but it doesn't have flying innately, so they would have to give up their Dreamtail Heron. On my turn. Alright, they're just playing Reaper of Night and praying I don't have any removal, I guess. Well, I don't. Haha, lucky you. Lucky you. Now the question is, do I just keep doubling down on the Vulpikeet, right? No, because they have to defend this turn. Absolutely have to. We're going to put you here. Put it over, of course. And this should make him... into we have plenty of green, white. Okay, so we're pretty good across the board. I'll just grab some white just to have it. So we just swing in with both. All right. Good game. Good game. Oh, they just okay. They said, "Fuck it, you got it." So we're picking up victory number 2 up against Zen Bliss. Not gonna lie, I did not see that one going our way. Certainly not so quickly. Alrighty, well, fantastic. That's going to do it for our Pauper games, because, well, we won out with Pauper Mutate. 3 matches, 2 wins. It's a fun deck. It's a nice little fun deck.